Hi there, how's everyone doing today? It is Rocky back with another video. So today we're going to be talking about something very important, something I'm a little bit late making a video on. Nonetheless, something that is of course due. So the topic for today's video is going to be this. So the Samsung Galaxy S10 was released to the public on February 20th, obviously not for sale. It was released at Samsung Galaxy Unpacked. They released 4 different models this year. They released the S10e, the regular S10, the S10 Plus, and then they announced that upon a later date we would receive the S10 5G. With that being said, I ended up purchasing the regular Galaxy S10 because I felt like it would be the device that had the best form in my hand. I also liked the regular Galaxy S10 because it only had the single camera cutout versus the pill-shaped cutout that you would get on the Galaxy S10 Plus. Before we continue here, I did want to go ahead and apologize for any background traffic noise that you'll be hearing. It was a pretty day outside, so I decided that I wanted to film outside today. When I ended up getting my Galaxy S10, it was sort of hard for me to choose which color I wanted at first because I was tossed up between the Prism Blue and the Prism White. The black is sort of not a look that I have been very fond of with my devices for the past few years. I've always sort of went for a color that's more eye-catching. This year I actually ended up deciding to go for the Prism White. I'm sure that my box just now gave that away. And that's one of the first things I'll note about the Galaxy S10 that you'll notice when purchasing it, is that the box you'll receive for your device this year will have a color matched monogram to the device color you chose. The Galaxy S10, is it worth the upgrade? If you're upgrading from a Galaxy S8 or an S8 Plus, I would say yes. However, if you currently have an S9 or an S9 Plus, and you're really sort of trying to decide whether you should upgrade this generation or keep your phone to the next generation, I would say it's a good idea to keep your Galaxy S9 Plus at least until the Galaxy S10 5G is available. Right out of the box with the Galaxy S10, you're going to notice that you have the same accessories we've been getting for the past few years. So I'll go ahead and open the box here and show you. On the inside of the box this year, they're going to have all of your quick start guides and everything in here. You're actually going to have to take a little tab that's in here, if you can see that, and pull that out. On the back of that, you'll have your little SIM pin, which I've actually taken out. I ended up having to use it to install my SIM card. I couldn't find my other one. Go figure. In the box, as I was saying, you're going to receive an updated fast charging brick this year made of higher quality plastics. If you can see that there, this brick isn't going to be made of the same glossy plastic that it has been in the past few years. It's more of a matte finish, which feels more premium to me. Also in the box, you'll receive your same little USB-C to USB-A connector that you receive every year for all of the devices. I've actually already had to use mine, which is why the plastic is off of it. You'll also receive your AKG headset in the box. They went with a white AKG headset this year. So if you've had the devices in the previous years and you have a black set of AKG, now you'll have one in each color. Of course, you'll get your USB-C cord in the box as well. One thing I've always sort of wanted Samsung to offer in the box, however, are troll stickers. I know that's a lot to ask for, but Apple includes them in the box. I think it'd just be kind of funny if Samsung included them in the box as well. Overall, the Galaxy S10 in hand feels very much lighter than the Galaxy S9 or the S9 Plus. If you're upgrading from the Galaxy S9 or the S9 Plus to any of the S10 models, you'll notice a difference in weight. The new device will be very much lighter. Now, before we go ahead and get too much further in here, I actually have a few points that I sort of wanted to talk about with the new Galaxy S10. Of course, you're going to get new features with the Galaxy S10, such as your ultrasonic fingerprint sensor in the display. Now, that ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, they have claimed will work better while your finger is wet. However, that is not so, because I had actually washed my hands earlier today and didn't get them completely dry, and it would not unlock. I couldn't get it to unlock. However, as you can see, you have your ultrasonic fingerprint scanner right there. It normally works flawlessly. I would say it takes just a little bit longer than the actual physical fingerprint scanner did on the S9. However, it's in a much better placement on the new device, so you sort of have to make that trade-off. One thing that everyone is going to notice off of the bat is that they kept your 3.5mm jack there for your headphones. So all of those people that wanted it for this generation, we got it. However, I do believe it'll be going away for the next generation. Just keep that in mind. You can see this prism white color here is very, very prismatic. It'll sort of take on different color tones depending on which way you have it facing in the light. That's one reason why I ended up choosing the prism white color. I felt that it was very clean, very crisp. And with this Spigen Ultra Hybrid case on it, it's the liquid crystal case, you can very much appreciate the design of the phone. New features you're going to get besides the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor are the wireless power share. So that wireless power share is going to allow you to charge your wearable devices such as your Gear S3s or your Galaxy watches. You're also going to be able to charge those Galaxy Buds with that wireless charging as well. You'll also be able to charge other devices that are Qi enabled via your Galaxy S10 or S10 Plus. So I would assume that you can charge any devices from the S6 series all the way up through the current S10 series through the wireless power share, and then also those accessories that I mentioned before. One other thing I was going to touch on with the Galaxy S10 were the camera improvements. So this year you're going to see here that we still retain our two 12 megapixel sensors right there, which is what we had on the previous generation with the Galaxy S9 Plus. However, they have added this 16 megapixel telephoto lens, which is a very wide angle. And what I've noticed with this lens is that if you use it to take a picture, you can have your hand right here below the camera and you'll be able to see your finger as if it were covering the camera. Just note that if you're going to be using that telephoto lens, you may want to hold the phone lower like this in order to be able to get a clear shot without it being impeded by your finger. A few improvements that are needed on the Galaxy S10, I will say, after my first 5 days of use, are some lags that I've been noticing with the Galaxy S10, which I was not experiencing with my Galaxy S9 Plus. It's not every application, but occasionally I'll open an application such as YouTube. I'll show you right here. I can open YouTube, exit back home, and then it just lagged. So there are a few applications that are lagging when I go to exit them. Those are bugs that are going to need to be improved upon. Another thing that could be improved upon is the image processing. One thing that I noticed with the Galaxy S10's image processing over the S9 Plus is that you're going to be getting a little bit warmer images with the S9 and the S9 Plus than you will be out of the box with the Galaxy S10. I've noticed that the images look a little bit cooler, and I've actually had to apply the warm filter to a couple of my images in order to make them look saturated properly. To me, there was no real reason to go for the Galaxy S10 Plus over the S10, because upgrading from the S9 Plus to the regular S10, you're basically retaining the exact same screen size. I'm going to turn my brightness up so it's a little bit easier to see. You're going to be retaining the exact same screen size. You're just going to have shrunken bezels, so the device is going to fit in your hand a lot nicer. I've noticed that with this device, I can actually access the top very easily with one hand there. It's not quite as easy as it would be with the S10e if you had the little fingerprint sensor built into the power button. However, it is still very easy and very, very light to hold in hand. The regular S10 also had some things that I just did not feel like I would be using that much, such as that pill-shaped depth sensor there on the front-facing camera. I did not feel like that was a feature I would be using quite so often, so I didn't really feel that the extra $100 was worth justifying that. The S10, over the past 5 days that I've had it, has been a great device. One thing that I've had to get used to is that camera cutout. As you'll see there, the camera cutout is something that if you're watching a video or something like that, you may notice in your way. It's going to take some getting used to. However, I do appreciate that Samsung completely skipped the notch and gave us a beautiful bottom to top screen. I ended up going with Spiegel's Ultra Hybrid Liquid Crystal case. I like clear cases for my devices. Some people like to debrand their devices. I'm kind of the opposite. I like to show off the design of the phone. So with this Ultra Hybrid Liquid Crystal case here, you're going to be able to notice that you can see all of the bezels of the device very nicely, and then you'll also be able to see straight to that beautiful back glass, and you'll be able to see whichever color you chose. The Galaxy S10, I would say, is definitely a wonderful upgrade from the Galaxy S9 series. However, as I was saying earlier, there are going to be improvements that need to be made as far as software. Most people still want them to get rid of Bixby completely. I don't have the biggest issue with Bixby, however, I do believe that it is unfair for them to make us have a dedicated button for something that others may not want to use. Pricing on the Galaxy S10 devices is sort of going to be something that throws a lot of people off because there's such a wide spectrum of pricing this year. All the way down at the low end of things, you're going to be starting at $750 for the Galaxy S10e. However, prices can literally double that if you were to get a Galaxy S10 Plus 1TB model that has the ceramic finish. Those devices can range almost all the way up to $1,500 and $1,600. This leads me to believe that when the S10 5G comes out, it will sort of push the $2,000 threshold along with the Note 10 when it comes out. Overall, I'm very happy. You have this new fingerprint scanner, a wonderful display, a very, very great feeling in hand, very light, very minimalist. I do love the new look with the fingerprint sensor being gone from the back. It's very clean, just a straight across camera sensor. I really want to thank everyone for watching today. I know that it took me a little bit to get this video filmed, however, I've been very busy working on other content for my channel. I didn't film a proper unbox, however, I did get around to filming my impressions for you all, and I'm going to update you all on my experience with this Galaxy S10 for my year of ownership. With each flagship device that I have, I tend to keep them for a year before I upgrade, and then I will upgrade to a new device and give my impressions on the old one versus the new one. You'll see another video uploaded, which will be my farewell to my Galaxy S9 Plus. That device I was actually initially going to send back to T-Mobile on a jump. However, my mother decided that she wanted to keep the device because she has an S7 Edge. So, thankfully, my S9 Plus will be staying in the family, and it will be going to her as she needs a new daily driver. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Please stay tuned for more content as it will be coming soon. I'm working towards uploading more.